This is Karikter Asked. You already know, Character did it. I'm here with Schwem PAK, bro. Tell us about yourself, man. What do you do?
Man, what's up? Well, I'm Schwem PAK Kid. That's what the PAK stands for. I'm a musician, well, artist all around, really. It's not just limited to music, but music is my main thing. And essentially, I experienced a lot of like grief and death as a kid, right? And that really impacted me, and I felt like giving up a lot because, like, just real life stuff. You know what I'm saying? It all adds up, and I felt like giving up a lot because I seen other people around me who I really cared about giving up. But I felt like there was something deep inside me, like when I was like 15 is what I'm talking about. Something deep inside of me was like, if you can get through this, then you'll be able to tell other people how to get through this and lead by example, and that's what you need to be doing. And essentially it felt like, the universe or God or even just the future version of me being like, hey, you can't like give up. You got to make art and you got to do stuff to help hurt people. So that's what I do, man. All my music is dedicated to hurt people, just people going through some real stuff and who need help, because music has always helped me. So it's my duty to return that favor by putting out a bunch of music into the universe. You know what I'm saying? But not just music, very genuine music that hits the heart and the soul. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man. How old are you?
I'm 24. I just turned 24 this summer. Get this shit out of the way.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kansas City originally, and surrounding areas. Yeah, Kansas City.
Is that where you're at now?
I'm in Topeka right now, and Topeka is it's surrounding areas of Kansas City. I was wondering where are you from, bro? I don't know anything about you.
I'm from Maryland originally. I live in Alabama now. I was in Florida for 10 years, but that's a long story.
Oh, dude, I love Alabama, especially Mobile, bro. I got a lot of people down there in Mobile.
That's what's up, man. What was your childhood like?
My childhood? It was kind of crazy. I never had parents who were together, which is kind of common for my generation, but a lot of times they'll have been like together in the past or like, ended up getting together or something, but my parents were never together, so I never saw what that was like. So with that being said, I had like a very split up home. Like half the time I was living at my mom's, half the time I was living at my dad's, and then also grandparents as well. So I was kind of like getting passed back and forth. And you ask any one of those people and they'll all say that they raised me, but you know what I'm saying? I was actually there. So I'm like, well, you all pitched in.
How did that affect you? How did that affect you growing up? How does that affect your art now?
Man, it made it to where I have a bunch of influences. Sorry, I'm trying not to cuss.
No, you're fine.
A bunch of influences in different directions because all those people were into like different kinds of music, different kinds of art, and just like life habits and whatnot. So yeah, I'm really like a freaking smorgasbord of a whole bunch of different influences, and that's what makes me because I've never been afraid to mix two things that don't go together. You know what I'm saying? And that's largely because of the way I grew up and where I'm from. I'm from Kansas City, which is the heart of the Midwest, so we get a bit of everything. You know what I mean? It's a melting pot. We got the down south country mix in there. We got the West Coast vibes. A bunch of people trying to be on some East Coast time with the way that they're moving, like just everything and in between.
What'd you do after high school?
Man, I never even finished high school, to be honest. I got expelled. After high school, I just right into music. So like my whole class graduated, and the night before I threw like my first concert that was like my concert, and it was very successful. So I was feeling like I was balling on these motherfuckers. I was like, fuck y'all. I told y'all exactly what I was gonna do, and what am I doing? I'm doing it. Because and I mean really like the whole split parent thing, like that's just a part of my childhood. Like it goes way deeper than that, of course. My parents struggled with addictions of different kinds. You know what I mean? General vices, bad habits and whatnot. My dad is actually dead. He drank himself to death, for real. And my stepdad, who I was really close to, he died of lung cancer. And when I was 15, I had a girlfriend who was my best friend too, and she killed herself. I actually got her name tattooed on my arm. And so with those right there, like that's a bunch of people hurting themselves to death. You know what I'm saying? And I understand why people do that, and I've done it too. You know, obviously I'm not dead, but I've went down that path pretty far, and I feel like it's not the move. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, broke as shit growing up, bunch of drugs around, you know, regular stuff.
When did you start making music?
When I was 15 is when I started taking it super duper serious. I was making music. I started making music at like 11 when I first started like trying to make my own music. I was like trying to play other people's music before that. And then I didn't start taking it serious till 15, right after homegirl died. You know what I'm saying? Because she really like believed in my music and she really liked it, and she really wanted me to do it. So I was like, okay. And then like I was taking it more serious, and just like more and more serious. And then all of a sudden she dies, and then it's like, damn, like all that, like honestly, the closest connection I have to you is the music now. So that drove me way deeper into it. But music's always been big. Like my dad was super into music, always had music blaring, like cranked. My mom was into cool music, but like not as loud and in your face about it as my dad, if that makes any sense.
No doubt, bro. Man, that's a tough childhood to get through. That's a lot of tough breaks to process. Do you reflect that in your music?
Totally, bro. I try not to be all like woe is me about it. You know, I try to make everything super relatable because I understand, you know, my story is going to be different than everybody else's, but it's going to line up in certain ways. So yeah, I do.
What have been your biggest accomplishments in life and in music?
Man, September was a huge freaking month, man. I just played like the second biggest venue in my hometown city, the T-Mobile Center. It used to be the Sprint Center.
Holy shit, all right.
That was crazy. Played there with Mexican OT. Juicy J was supposed to show up, but you know how 3-6 Mafia rolls. They like to rip people off and not show up to contractual obligations. So, yeah, Juicy J wasn't there, but me and Mexican OT kicked it. Fucking Tech 9 showed up. Chris Calico showed up. It was really cool.
No shit, bro. How did that happen?
Well, it was the Major Cannabis Expo, which is thrown by Major PAK, which is this cannabis culture company.
Mm-hmm.
So they make like papers, cones, t-shirts, apparel, rolling trays. They make everything to go with weed without actually selling weed, but we're working on that too. And I've just been involved with that company since before they were even a company. I've been a part of the team, so I had my foot in the door that way. And this is the second year they did it. Last year they did it at a much smaller arena, and they were like, let's crank it up a notch this year. So they had me perform, and they brought out Mexican OT and a bunch of other people. Man, it was really, really good time. But we're also playing like several other big venues, like the Voodoo Lounge in Harrah's, which have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Pretty big one for the hometown. So it's really crazy. We're playing there on Friday. You know, I'm just like making a whole bunch of like music that I feel is like the best music ever. Like honestly, it feels like every day I'm making more accomplishments. So it's like I can't really tell you what my biggest accomplishment is, other than just deciding to dedicate my life to music and helping people through that. You know what I mean?
No, I feel that, man, and mad respect to that. But how did that actually come about? Like, how did you get connected to Mexican OT and Tech 9 and all of them? How did you get this opportunity? Has it been networking and just building relationships?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, Major PAK is the company who threw it, and they booked me on it, and I've been a part of that company since the get, right? Like I've been sponsored by them for several years now, and they just kind of like threw me something back in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Because you know when you're starting up a new company, you know everybody needs to like try and help it out.
Yeah.
And you know they threw me that opportunity, and I'm super grateful for it. Fucking yeah, it was awesome, man. So really they did everything. I just showed up and played the part.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah,
And, you know,
bro.
I've been doing this for a long time. Like my first show was when I was 17,
Oh,
and
no
I'm
shit.
24 now. So like I really been working at this for a long time. Like a lot of people around here know who I am, but I'm really trying to break out of this whole local famous shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been local famous for too long. Like like I'm ready to move on.
I feel that, bro. I feel that, but a local famous is a good place to start, for real.
You're right. You're totally right, bro. And I'm not saying anything bad
Sure,
about it.
but you're ready for the next step. I feel you, man. You've been working on this, you got here, and you're ready to go to the next place. It's respectable. What have been the biggest obstacles that you've had to overcome?
I already told you.
Yeah.
Just fighting demons, man.
Yeah.
Fighting the thought of giving up, man. Fighting being broke. You know what I'm saying? Making sacrifices, bro. Like I haven't been able to have like a real girlfriend in so long, bro. Like I've just been so like focused on music and building a brand or building my homie's brand or just trying to make a movement. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm truly dedicated to this, and a lot of people they respect it, but they don't understand that, and they're not able to connect the dots. You know what I'm saying? So they'll get involved in a situation, and not just girlfriends, but like friends too. You know, they'll get involved in a situation, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, this is too much. Like, and it's like, well, sorry, you know, you did what you could. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep doing this.
Exactly, man. And you know, it's a really tough thing to realize that, you know, these people that have had your back, that you've considered friends for so long, that it's not that they don't have your back anymore. You're just trying to reach a level that they're not trying to reach. And if you keep people around you that are not trying to reach that level, then you're not going to reach that level.
Totally. And I say sacrifices like that because you really love those people. You know, it's not cool to see them go. That shit hurts, man. And I'd say the consistent sacrifices related to that are definitely what's been the hardest.
No doubt, man. No doubt, bro. What would have been?
I didn't go to parties at school and shit like that. Like every time I went, I was like, this is lame. Like I'm just gonna go get high and make music at home. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't go to parties. I didn't go to like dances or nothing like that. Like I didn't care about nothing. Like I told you, I got expelled, so I was working a job. You know what I'm saying? When I was 15, 16, 17. You know, grew up a little too fast.
It gave you a different perspective.
Sure did, man.
On what's important. When all your friends just wanted to play that popularity contest game and go to the parties and this and that, you realize that no, I need to accomplish something, and then I can enjoy these moments.
Totally, man. And I'm sure you can relate. Like when you're trying to accomplish something, partying and hanging out is not fun. It's like the opposite of fun.
Yes.
It's like I know that I'm not working towards something right now. But interestingly enough, I'm at a point right now to where partying only helps me in my career because now I have enough of a name. People get excited when I show up, right? Or like I look a certain way, so they gravitate towards me when I'm there. So no matter where I step out, it ends up benefiting me now, which is different because when I grew up, I had to do the opposite. But now that I've become this person who I was trying to become, it's like the tides have turned, and it's just like kind of interesting being in the shifted role. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. And I feel like you could relate to this where if I were to have accomplished some of the things I've accomplished in my teens and even in my 20s, you know, I'm 35, it would have given me an ego the size of the planet. But now that I've been through everything, I see the accomplishments and yeah, I'm proud of them, but I also see what I want to become. And even when I become that, I won't have the ego because it's just what I had to do.
You're saying you want to, or just it happens?
No, it kind of just like, all right, so you've been through so much. You've been through so much pain, so much turmoil that you don't really have an ego at this point, as far as I can tell.
That shit got destroyed.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, I went through a time in my life where the most common thought in my own mind was I hate myself. Once you've dealt with that for years and years, and you start accomplishing things, and people start telling you, oh bro, you're this, you're that, you're doing amazing, you're doing, it means the world, those compliments, they do, but you can't really process them. Would you agree with
Totally.
that?
In the back of your head, you're still that person telling you hate yourself. And tell you what, man, that hit home for me, because like I got this thing on my back constantly telling me I suck and to hate myself, you know. But everybody else is like, no, you know, they'll point out like the good qualities, and it's like, well, that's fine, but like there's this other shit going on
Yep.
that apparently you don't see.
It's
And
like,
yeah, man, the ego thing is hard. I've also done a fuck ton of psychedelics, and that'll help out too. That'll help destroy the ego.
no doubt, bro. No doubt. You will get no argument from me, my guy.
But yeah, you know, you got to keep the ego in check. Otherwise, you just be a fucking douchebag. And who wants to be remembered as a douchebag, man?
Exactly, bro. Exactly, man. What does success in life and in music look like to you?
Where is the beginning?
Being heard by a bunch of people and being able to provide opportunities for other people. Yeah, and that's it. Honestly, just being heard and helping other people be heard. You know, once that's able to happen on a level that's like major, then we're good. You know what I'm saying? Like global. I mean, I guess we're already global, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking like up in people's faces with it. You know?
Like when you say anything, they listen.
Well, more like you know, like Ice Spice or something like that, or like Taylor Swift. Like you know who it is, even if you don't know who it is. You know, or Tech Nine or something like that. Once you get at a level like that, to where it's like not necessarily a household name, but like if you're into a certain thing, you're gonna know who this person is. Once you're at that level, it's like boom, you can put other people on. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, hopefully they can elevate past you, or maybe somebody they help out can elevate past both of y'all or whatever. But you gotta keep the current flowing when it comes to this creativity stuff.
Absolutely, man. What do you got coming up that you want to tell us about?
Man, okay, so I'm working really hard on these two albums I got. One's called Love and Suicide, and the other one's called Pack Forever. They're both like definitely they're my favorite stuff, and it's just like next level. I'm mixing all types of genres. It's the most like truest form of me that I've created so far. So I'm really in love with all these songs. I've been working on them longer than I've worked on any other project. Because typically I just like, I'll spend 6 months working on songs just as I go, put them out. You know what I'm saying? Next 6 months, put them out. Not the case with these. These songs have been in progress for a couple years now.
Wow.
So I got those projects coming out, and I just got a whole bunch of new music coming out. And then the Pack Forever tour in spring. That'll be dope. We're going all over the Midwest, and we'll hit the Southeast as well, and even the Northwest. Everything but the East. Just because I'm not tapped in the East. I need more plugs.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, man. Before we end this, is there any kind of sentiment or life lesson you want to leave anybody watching?
Never give up. Never give up, man. Find something that means a whole lot to you and do only that. And if something in your life is taking you away from that, then you know that that's not what you're supposed to be doing. do what feels right.
Hell yeah, man. Yo, I appreciate your time, bro. This has been Karikter Asked with Schwem PAK. Follow him up, hit him up. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out. Damn, that's cool. That's cool.